Hello, my name is David and today we are at the third largest stadium in Scotland with over a 50,000 capacity, and that is the home of Scottish Giants Rangers Football Club. There is currently a lot of issues surrounding the club, but one that has risen in popularity in recent months is the implementation of safe standing, and over the next couple of weeks we are going to be investigating the pros and cons of this. Is it a notion, or is it something that the Rangers fans are actually taking seriously and want at the club? We thought that the best place to start was coming to Ibrox Stadium on a match day and getting the views of the fans. So tonight, Rangers are in action and we'll see what they're thinking.
I think it's a good idea, especially I sit in the Copeland rear, so it'd be great if it was in the Copeland front. The atmosphere at Ibrox isn't that great now. You've only got the Union Bears, and you know it doesn't create a good atmosphere at all. But safe standing, definitely 100% agree with it.
It'd be good, I think. Just depends where they're going to put it, because they've got a lot of season ticket holders with families and that. Know what I mean? So it depends where they're going to put it, because a lot of people have sat in their seat for years.
It's going to create a good atmosphere. There's a few football teams across Europe got it, and you see the difference in atmosphere. And I think it'd be absolutely brilliant at Ibrox. Honest to God, it'd be absolutely brilliant. Been trying out for this for a good few seasons now, so go for it, man.
I remember coming to Ibrox, West enclosure, East enclosure, standing, and the atmosphere was outstanding, especially Celtic Rangers games, giving the Celtic the West enclosure, the Rangers East enclosure. Definitely bring it back. Bring it back to Ibrox, yes.
Since its opening in 1899, Ibrox Stadium has seen hundreds of thousands of passionate football fans pass through its turnstiles. Since this date, some of the greatest players to wear the jersey have graced the turf of Ibrox Park. John Greig, Davy Cooper and Jim Baxter, to name a few. However, the Ibrox Stadium has not always been full of pleasant memories. In 1902, only 3 years after its arrival, there was 25 people killed and over 500 people injured as one of the stands collapsed in a friendly between Scotland and England that was housing a capacity of 68,000 people. The tragedies did not stop here, unfortunately, and 69 years later, in an Old Firm derby on Stairway 13, 66 football fans lost their lives. Subsequently, Rangers had to do something and did so by reinventing the stadium starting in 1978.
Ibrox Stadium came into safe standing because of the Ibrox disaster, and Wally Waddle didn't want to have a repeat of anything like that, which is 100% right. I don't think that necessarily works now, because when Ibrox in the days held 90,000 people, now it holds 50,000 people or 52, and the Copeland itself only holds about 14,000 back in front. So I don't think that would be a problem at all. I think people are now more aware of the safety aspects as well when they're entering or leaving the ground.
Unfortunately, not everybody could meet us in person, so we've had to find some other avenues in order to get their opinions. Starting with David Edgar, who runs the Heart and Hand podcast.
Our Alzheimer Stadium was built in response to the Ibrox disaster, so there's an emotional connotation to standing that perhaps doesn't exist at other clubs. Obviously, one that would spring to mind would be Liverpool. They would probably share that, and I can understand why some of our fans, particularly those who were there that day or were affected by it, have a really strong negative reaction against it. I think that's totally understandable. Safety measures are vital. You obviously have to monitor it, you have to monitor behaviour, it has to be stewarded properly. I don't see there being any issues with that, because you've got plenty now of data and information and methods from other countries. So I think that it would be very, very straightforward to go and look at other countries where it's done, to go and look at Germany's the obvious example, but Celtic have been running it for a while, and to go and say, how do you do this? What's a way of making sure behaviour is better? But again, I don't envisage it causing widespread bad behaviour. I don't think people who would go in there would be going because they were looking for aggro. I think that ship has passed.
My personal opinions, I think it's been a great
induction to Celtic Park, I think it's made a massive difference. Honestly, I'm all for it. I mean, I don't sit in it, well, I don't stand in it myself, I sit just above it, but honestly, for the difference of one season to the other, it's made a great difference to Celtic Park, the atmosphere, everything. I think it's a great thing to bring to the stadium. Honestly, I'm all for it, nothing wrong with it in my opinion.
So after speaking to some Rangers fans, speaking about the tragedies that took place at Ibrox, and then moving on a wee bit to where in the world other people are using safe standing, and speaking to Ryan about his experience of Celtic introducing it, I thought, where can we go? Where can me and Jacob, who's also helping with this video, go? Only one place sprung to mind. So I went onto my laptop and I booked the nearest flights to Dortmund, Germany. It's like 6 in the morning right now, guys. I'm shattered, but let's get it, I'm excited.
Turn up. You better be there when I shake. Watch me rockin' if I can't stop.
The first flight was from Glasgow to Stansted. Got a nice wee breakfast, then headed from Stansted to Dortmund. We never realised that we need to get a train to our departure place. So yeah, there might be a chance that we're going to miss the flight, even though we've been here for like 3 or 4 hours.
Sitting in Wetherspoons for every 3 hours.
Talking about politics. We had the option to go with a train or a bus or a taxi. We decided to go with a taxi, and now we're here in our wee apartment. Just out exploring the city centre, and it's really, really beautiful.
Let me tell you something about travel filmmaking. No matter the place, the weather, or any other condition, you can always film and be creative.
This must be the biggest seesaw I've ever seen in my life.
Welcome to the Signal Iduna Park, one of the biggest stadiums in Germany and Europe. Home to Borussia Dortmund, there is 25,000 safe standing seats occupied within this stadium, and we are here today to get a wee glimpse into the magic that Borussia Dortmund withholds. We've got our tickets, so all we need to do now is head into the stadium and see what all the fuss is about. Let's go. You know, I should probably stop here and tell you guys that it wasn't actually a match, because the ticket prices and also the accommodation prices and the flight prices absolutely shoot up, and I'm no made of money, so it was just a tour. But I hope you enjoy anyway. It's 25,000 safe standing seats in this stadium, and it's just so awesome, man. It's so nice.
Nummer 71, 72, 73, da werden diese Logenplätze auch gerade abgedeckt mit der Folie.
Welcome to the Yellow Wall. 25,000 fans stand here every single game.
Oh! Hey! 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 Und überschwappt, ja? Genau, machen wir. Oh! Hey! Hey! Hey!
Hello. Hiya Benjamin, how you doing? So what's your opinion, Benjamin, on safe standing being implemented in the UK?
I'm Benjamin McFadden. I'm president of the Borussia Dortmund fan club in London. We regularly travel to Dortmund, Germany, to watch matches, and we obviously benefit from safe standing, or not safe standing, but standing terrace called the Südtribüne at Borussia Dortmund's Stadium, Signal Iduna Park as it's commercially known. And I've been going since the 1980s, so I've seen over 300 matches. I've never ever experienced any problems apart from drunken people falling on top of me, which in itself could happen to you in a seating area as well. So essentially, I don't really see the issue about people standing and watching the game. I was at Arsenal last week, and people were standing despite the fact they had seats. I must say that they do make a concerted effort to tell people to sit down, but most fans simply don't bother. So I think in UK we've already got safe standing, if you like, but it just isn't legalised, and it's probably better to go ahead and legalise it. But saying that, I've also been to Anfield, and I'm aware of Hillsborough and so on. And so, you know, if you look back in history with Liverpool fans and so on, you know, there has been a culture in England in the past and Scotland of violence at football matches, and obviously people who are standing are easier to control. Seating are easier to control. Apologise. So I can see the arguments for and against it, but I think that essentially what Germany shows is that with the right level of security, it is perfectly acceptable to have standing.
Well, it's obviously been one of we've been pushing it for years, you know, but this has kind of come to the forefront of our agenda now that we need out of BF1, and we need to go. We see a better move going to the Copeland or anywhere else out the Broomloan. But
the whole support needs it, to be honest. Like,
yeah,
you look
definitely.
at the match day atmosphere at Ibrox, and it's flat as it's ever been. Even big games, it's flat. We need something like this to sort of rejuvenate the support and find their identity, if you want, again, and push it.
You see the atmosphere at away games. Everybody's standing up, everybody's singing. The appetite for it is there. You know, everybody's standing anyway, and it doesn't need to be just at away matches that sort of atmosphere is created. It can be at Ibrox. In fact, it should be at Ibrox.
Safe stand when done right, I think it's a good thing for football. You've seen how much it's already benefited. Like Celtic Park's obviously got it in there, and I think it adds to the experience when done right. I think it should be in football. I think it should be supported, but again, it's one of those things. As long as you support it, it's not just like half-arsed or anything like that. It's actually done properly, then it could be safe for the fans, and it definitely adds for the atmosphere because you're up, you're bouncing. It's more of a life rather than sitting down being a wee bit lethargic. You're up, and the only people that watch the goal there is the people who want to be loud. So I'll add a great experience there.
I think it would benefit any club if you can create a bit of an atmosphere, because in the modern Scotland, people are not really sure what they can shout or sing, whatever. And there's always this, I'm not allowed to sing that. It's not you're not allowed to sing, you're just not allowed to sing the add-ons that are deemed illegal. The rest of it's fine. I think if they put safe standing in Ibrox, I think it would help immensely.
I would say it's probably one of our, as a group, it's probably one of our top priorities, because that's what we're here for, to improve the atmosphere and back the team. And if you can't really do that for the position we're in, and Ibrox has been like a library for too long. It's shown to work elsewhere, and improving the match day atmosphere is obviously the main priority of the group.
I think obviously it's come up now that supporters clubs and stuff like that have got behind it. Obviously we've been pushing at it for years, but all of a sudden this online campaign and it started rolling, and Club 1872 have came to us and wanting meetings and try to push the club into making a decision. The club are away doing feasibility research, so it's great. I mean, the online campaign has really helped across social medias. The best thing that we did, I think, was collect the Rangers supporters clubs that were interested in backing it, because it isn't just for us. It's not just the Union Bears that want safe standing at Ibrox. I think there's a lot of people out there that are part of other supporters clubs and groups that want involved. and that was the best way we thought of collating the fan groups together and saying to the club, listen, these are how many people want, or how many groups want safe standing, and that's kind of, we've kicked on for there, and it's been a snowball effect, really.
The demand for it is there, and everybody should have the option to stand.
Yeah, like you've already got the Union Bear section, which is by far the loudest section that we've got in the club. If we added a stand-in section, it's only going to benefit the club going forward. It'll get the fans involved, get more songs about the club, rather than being the atmosphere where we're just talking about, where it's a wee bit kind of slow and lethargic trying to get songs going. There will always be one section there, you'll have the Union Bears, and it'll just be like a echo right through the stadium.
I would say it makes a big difference, especially when it comes to the bigger games. You see the Rangers games, you see the Champions League games, it's made a massive difference, I'd say. Like, when it comes to noise, atmosphere especially, the increase in volume has got to have an impact on big games and such. So when all these teams come out for Europe, they will notice there has been a difference. Celtic were always, kind of known for reputation, the atmosphere and stuff like that. And I think this has just made it even better.
I mean, you're standing anyway, so why not make it safer? I've had enough of bruised shins and that from standing behind seats. Yeah, exactly. So
seats getting broken.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff like that. Safe standing, you've got a bar in front of you and a bar behind you, a real bar. You can't really go anywhere, to be honest.
Right now, more or less every stadium in Britain has got a section that stands. Whether it's safe standing or no, they'll be standing in a place where you're meant to sit. So if you take that seat away and give them a position to stand, everybody having their own place, it's going to be safer than people standing with seats coming down, half standing, half sitting. Stuff like that. It's a safer environment.
I definitely think that's a big thing for people. People don't really understand. It's a European sort of thing, this safe standing section, and okay, Celtic have tried it and they've been the first, and it seems to be going well for them. And I think a lot of people still don't understand what the safe standing is about. They don't know, is it safe? But they've not seen it firsthand. I mean, the guys in our group, we go to Europe a lot to see different teams, and you see the atmospheres and you see the things getting created, and you think, Rangers Football Club are one of the biggest football clubs in the world. Well, to me, they're the biggest. Why have we not got an atmosphere like that? Why are all these teams, small teams in Germany in League 3, creating a bigger atmosphere at home than we are at Ibrox with 50,000 people there every week? It's baffling, and I think the time has come to, as you say, rejuvenate the support and say, we want this safe standing, we want it put in, and we're going to do something about it, because it's been like a morgue for too long.
This is something the fans want. They're signing things, they want it, they cheer it in games. There's banners, like every game I've been to this season, there's always one banner that says safe standing. So I think just to be more touch with the fans, needs to start listening, because they're the ones that's paying, that's filling the Ibrox every week.
I think the next step is taking details of people interested. That's definitely the next step for us, because it's all right supporters clubs saying, but how many guys off the buses are going to, and again, some people are saying, I support this idea, but I'm not necessarily going to sit there. Maybe I'm too old for that, or I don't like standing at games.
I'd like to see the atmosphere returning and stuff like that, but I don't want to physically stand. I'd rather sit in my seat up in the main stand or whatever. Everybody's got their own sort of personal agenda and stuff like that, but the majority of the supporters I've spoken to are for it. It's just an if, when and where.
Okay, that is going to conclude this documentary about safe standing. This is the first video like this that I have ever done, and it wouldn't have been made possible without Jacob, who has helped with some of the editing and the filming during this project. Thanks to every single person that took part, and for those that watched at home, please like and support the video, subscribe for more regular content. And also, I want to ask those watching, do you think the Rangers should get safe standing? Do you think the Rangers shouldn't get safe standing? Let me know in the comments section. This is the first one of these that I have ever done as well, so sorry about maybe the bad structure to it. In the next one I will be thinking a lot more about the structure and how to improve going forward, but as I said, it is the first one, we can only get better from here. Thanks very much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. I'm out.